And then we have Lymphia Mudongo. Hi. As we all know, today's topic, in short, life after graduation. We want to know how does it feel for a female graduate to face the outside school. So, hey, I'll pose my first question. Go go Lymphia. What did you do while you were in school to prepare for your life after graduation?
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. My name is Lymphia, as stated. I graduated in 2017 in social work. I was doing social work. To be honest, I didn't prepare for life after graduation. I thought, after graduating, I'll just submit my CV and documents at the, what is it called? Human resource, the one that graduates submit their CVs, certificates and everything. I thought it would be as simple as that. Then I'll go for internship, then I'll find permanent work. That's not what happened. But while I was a student, I was an RA for 2 years. I was also the former project coordinator for UBSWS, and I thought I made connections while I was in school, only to find out after graduation that there was nothing like that. You know how you're working as part-time, thinking you are working with individuals, creating those connections who are already at the workforce, but no, it wasn't like it wasn't as much as I expected. But for me, luckily, even though I'm not in a social work field right now, luckily somebody in my family asked me to submit a CV to a company, so I was able to do that. If it wasn't for that person, I think I'll be speaking to you now as one of the job seekers in the field. Do you want me to elaborate more on what I'm currently doing and how I was able to arrive here?
Appreciate that if we can know what are you currently doing. Me o ska nwela thata cause re tata re bua ka one ko pele. Gona ana hela mo was interested in what were you doing to just prepare your life for after graduation?
Okay. Currently, I'm working in a bank. Not as a social worker, but as a teller. And I'm doing nothing in relation to social work. And basically, that's it. I'm doing this and that, trying to do certificates such as in debt counseling, because I'm now in a financial institution, so I'm doing those courses to try and beef up my degree. But while I was in school, I didn't really prepare much for life after graduation, which in this case I'm encouraging everyone to start preparing. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that was very informative. When you were still in school, you were a little bit hands-on, only to be disappointed. Hey, how Penila Mutwami, what are you doing? Because I understand you're a second year right now. What are you doing, Ronana, to prepare yourself for life after graduation?
Jamila Marang, thank you for giving me the platform. Bareto, I'm a graduate, taking diploma in social work. How is that possible that she's even in psych? Well, I was in a different institute. I was doing my diploma in Bosabo Select Training Institute from the year 2013 to 2015. That's when I graduated as a diploma holder. Yeah, to answer the question, what was I doing while I was still in school? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything at all because where I was schooling, we didn't have this kind of platforms. We didn't have this kind of opportunities to open us into like having knowledge or it can be of essence to you after graduation. I was more focused on my academic life where I need to get a merit or a distinction because I was one of the top achievers in my class. That's where I was really focused on. Little did I know that having a CV is of essence when you graduate. I graduated with my distinction, but with no rich CV. But reality check is that when you go outside, companies or organizations, they need somebody with a rich CV. They don't only look for a 5.0 GPA, no. Let me give an example of two graduates. A graduate who graduated with a 2.6 GPA with a rich CV, and a graduate who graduated with a 5.0 GPA but no CV. The person who's going to be considered most, or the companies that will be interested in, is somebody who has a rich CV, even though with 2.0. But unfortunately for me, I graduated with a merit or a distinction, but no rich CV. That's the reality set, but that's the sad reality part of it. So I think I'll elaborate more as we continue with the discussion. I was only trying to hint to the fact that I didn't do anything at my time because I had no opportunities or there were no platforms like this one, the one that UBSW is doing. Because even in my school, we didn't have the Society for Social Workers. We've heard of it, MOUB, but where I was, there was nothing like that. Hence, I missed so many opportunities or good advices of becoming a student and at the same time being involved in co-curricular activities like volunteering outside school, whatever it may be. Thank you.
Emma, pele ga ke tswalela mme ke ikope maitshwarelo mo timing gore be ke sa acknowledge gore you are a graduate. Tsaone, o re tlangetse for gore wena, what did you do to prepare for your life after graduation?
Okay, Dumelang. Now I was doing my diploma from 2014 to 2016. So I volunteered for SOS, but it wasn't for long because I in school for only 2 years. And then the other thing that I did certain things, my field work very seriously. To a point, I was offered a job. School. I was offered a job as a field worker. So I went back there to company. So I guess that's the two things that I did. And then for field work, strategy. I chose an NGO instead of government institutions. For NGOs, you have that close relationship with people by they are able to employ you, unlike government institutions you employ DPSM. Yes, that's all.
Go ha go a berekiwa, ke a utlwa go ha gore go na le bo kgang tsa di-correction, di-CV tshwanetse gore e be nonne ka ha go tshwanetse gore le go di-field working re rentse cause re somanyana hale wena o bo tshwagala o ipontsha batho gore ke ha I'm hereby. Okay, nya ke a ra lu ka batsong re take di-notes ke tsa kry ba re kota se ba re twana re graduate ma 3rd year, 2nd, 1st a re retseng ba gaetso re ireng re ipankanyetsa life after graduation go maswe go we will move on to the next question. What challenges did you immediately face after graduation? Based on gone kgang yona gore le ne la itemogela because le ntse le bua ke itule gore ne la itemogela tsone kgang tsa bo gore di-connection di botlhokwa kwa ntle le mo teng ga UB gone gore motho o tshwanetse o simolola build a CV le yone kgang tsa gore ga o ntse o volunteera mo yana o ipontsha batho ba imaketa sentle what challenges did you face he le rela o seno no tswala o hetsa sekolo o re hands down ke tla simolola pele hela ke tsa ka Phenile.
Okay, thank you for the question. Like I had explained before, I didn't have a rich CV, but I only had a certificate that is with only distinctions. So it was not of much use to me. Having been failing to have connections, I'm unable to find a job. I was struggling to be honest, to find a job. As you all know, I think it's almost more than 10 years now as I hear. So imagine I just a certificate with no rich CV. I decided to step up and even volunteer to become a Tirelo Setšhaba participant. Kana diploma, house diploma, something like 7,000 or so. I decided not fola, as most say. I took my pride down and I said, you know what? I don't care if I become a Tirelo Setšhaba participant. I don't care if I become a maid. I don't care, whatever that it may be. I don't care even if I may volunteer for organization where I'm not going to be paid. But I think it's high time for me to make a CV for myself. So I decided to volunteer at Silipike Government Hospital because I believed that it was in line with my profession, right? So I was earning something like 700 per month. I never really gave up because now I knew the importance of having a good CV. So I was like, you know what? I may have made my mistakes as a student. I may not have had somebody to give me the light on how to live as a student, not only on academics, but the co-curricular activities. So ke ka bereka ko Silipike Government Hospital for like 6 months. And guess what? Being a Tirelo Setšhaba participant, the fact that as most say, the fact that I didn't take the role, like an opportunity found me there. There was a post here, gender affairs, on 20, I'm not sure, 2016, 2016, but people who are supposed to do a GBV study, I applied for the post, and because of my first CV of being a Tirelo Setšhaba participant, where I worked at a radiology department, I was giving counseling to clients, more especially students from SPSS who became pregnant and couldn't really accept the results. I was giving them such advice. I was also doing statistics and such. And then that CV, it opened doors for me. I was hired by the gender affairs, and that's where now I'm getting my second CV. And while I was still at gender affairs, I also found the need to also use my abilities. I get now I'm trying to build my CV as a graduate who didn't have anything while still a student. So I decided to also volunteer in schools where I had to facilitate to orphans and vulnerable children. I was a facilitator there, and while still there, some other organization from Humana People to People, they found or they liked my skill of being a good facilitator. Mind you, that is CV number 3. I'm trying to create a CV from 0 to something because I've learned the importance of having a good CV.
Emmareha, re mmogo. Ra ke mo go wena motsadi.
Scanna mo gongwe kana ke molele thata.
Ee, o ka leka go
So,
ipha.
with that being said, ha ke sampe ke le gone a ke re ke bone opportunity ko gender affairs kana go rala re I was being paid from 700. I went to 7,000. Now I'm a government employee because I didn't choose. Okay, being a Tirelo Setšhaba participant, I choose. I just said, you know what? There's always a start, and that was my starting point. So, let me just pause here. Thank you.
Emma, ra leboga. Ma Limpia, what were your challenges that you faced immediately after graduation?
After graduating, my main challenge was that I couldn't provide for myself anymore. I mean, when I was a student, I would receive an allowance. I also receive the payment for the part-time job. Now I'm back home doing nothing, and my mom is also not working. So I can't be looking at her asking for money. But luckily, right after graduating, because I used to help one lecturer with some notes and some stuff in school, she recommended me to another lecturer to help her with research. So I was able to make a little bit of money by transcribing some research materials for her. And then I found a part-time helping an organization carry out a research, which kept me for around, I did that for a week, and then which means I spent around 3 months at home, not working. And during that time, because as much as I was an active student, I was working at the student affairs. I was a social work, the club participant. I thought, the people I'll meet, I'll submit my CV and then maybe get something temporary, but that wasn't it. Like I said earlier, actually somebody asked me to submit my CV to BBS, so I was able to submit it. I was called for an interview to be a temp. It was a data, how they're doing KYC, those people who will be talking to customers about KYC. It was a low-paying job that was taxing, but because of my situation at home, I couldn't just say I'm not doing that. I went ahead, got the job. On a side note, being confident in an interview is very, very good, a wise thing. If you are somebody who is not confident in public speaking or anything like that, I'll encourage you myself to contact me. I'll help you with public speaking. I'm very good at speaking in public, so I'm not usually nervous. So I believe because I wasn't that nervous, I was fresh out of school, so they gave me the job. And later on, when they were interviewing for a permanent position, there were other people who had richer CVs than me. When I was hired for the permanent position, they were older, they had graduated later on, they also had some business diplomas and some experience, but I was hired. Out of all the 9 people who were there, I was the one who was hired. And personally, I believe it was because I was able to represent myself well, because my CV had nothing on it that can help me in a financial institution. I think one of the things that I struggled with was accepting that I'm not working in a social work field. Here's the thing. People around you will ask you, what degree do you have? I'll be there saying social work, proud with my social work degree. And they'll be like, oh, and then besides that, even your friends, people will be asking you, are you still at the bank? How you so those kind of things people will be commenting. I think that's one of the things that I had to stand up for myself, accept that I made the best decision for myself at that particular point in time by accepting this job opportunity. As much as I'm not doing something social work related currently in my situation, I'm doing something that will make me work towards my dreams of helping other people. Or like I said, I'll have a certificate while I was after being hired. Ke decide, you know what, I'm in a financial institution. What is it that I can do with my social work degree and also my experience in a financial institution? I realized people are struggling with debt. So looking at the fact that I'm working with the money currently, and then I decided, you know what, let me do a certificate in debt counseling. So right now, if somebody comes to me with the issues of money, I'm able to counsel them. But the struggle is I wanted to start my own business, you know, providing the counseling, like I'm saying, debt counseling and everything. The struggle is there can't seem to be a regulatory body that I can register my company in so that I can provide that service. I think most of the struggles, if I'm to summarize, most of the struggles was trying to accept whatever comes your way, you know, not being picky, but also thinking ahead for it. If I'm to choose this, what am I going to gain in choosing this? You know, those people who always say, they are right. Because if you stay home, you lose your skills. And the other thing, you have to accept who you are, wena. Accept if your parents can't provide, you know, that stability for you. Not saying they're not supportive. I mean the financial assistance. If they can't provide financial assistance for you, you have to understand what I am at this point. Therefore, I have to get myself out of this point. I get so I got the idea. I have a degree, I can't work this and work that, you know. I think that affected me a lot. You know, people saying you are working in a field that you are not trained for. And imagine having your friends who have diplomas in accounting and everything, and they are not working. While I have a social work degree, I'm working in a financial institution. They could be working in that field, but I'm working in that field. And the guilt, therefore, you have a degree or a diploma in a financial field. I don't have it, so I'm feeling guilty. Or someone might, the job that I'm working might have been yours, you know, those kind of things. I just think you have to be stable yourself, emotionally stable, because honestly, I did struggle with it. Okay. No, I'm done. Thank you.
Emma. Zaune, motho a me. O ka kgelo, ka tsenya ka kgelo ya gago gore what challenges did you face immediately after graduation?
Okay, now it challenges I mean the harlohana chapter comrade because I got a job immediately after it's almost school. I think that's May and then I got a job June or July. So the first challenge in the lower racket and I'm going to prove my capability. I'm fresh from school, but I do deserve this. I am capable in Gabon. And the second one, nearly too many expectations from Batsadi, family, where now you are working, you should start supporting Loena or contribute them like this. And then I think another one, really tell you to prove my capability. Really, it's now the first job. Fortunately, I performed well. They promote you, I think, about 6 months into the job. They promote you to another job, move on to the next level. And really, a challenge. I'm not learning enough. I had to quit the job and come back to school. Finally, no, I'm not qualified for this. So that was one of the challenges.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to take the questions now to the floor. Lona Helen, if there are graduates amongst us, what did you do? What did you do to prepare yourself for graduation? What are you doing right now to prepare yourself for graduation. Ebe ye nngwe nna gone gore ga le gore you are a graduate, what challenges did you face after graduation? Le ka tsholetsa matsogo jalo la akgela. The floor is yours. Kgantele ke ne ke bone Frida a tsholeditse ke tsa kere le gona ano o ka santse o ka akgela motho wa me. Okay, Tshepang o ka bua motho wa me.
Okay, good evening. Okay, I graduated I graduated with Botswana. So for me, when I finished school, it wasn't easy because I had as much as with the whole experiences and what my CV says, it wasn't easy. But halala, I continued just volunteering where I was, but it wasn't easy because I had financial strains highly because I didn't have allowance. And then but as time went on, I think a couple of months, then I got hired at a job, like a company e leng gore it's completely different from social work. Yeah, surveying. They did surveying and mapping. So I went to work there as a data analyst. So Melala, in the meantime, immediately after school, since I liked like business, I love Nagabon. I made I used to make sandwiches and just selling handbags and stuff like that. Get self-employed. So I made the money I made, it made a difference to my life in a way because I was able to buy food. The rent in Nikisi, I might need to pay it, but hella, I was able to sustain myself. So it's a bit depressing not being able to find a job when you expected to have had a job. Hello, okay, you know what? I've been doing this and this and this. My CV is good, so I should be okay. But only to find out that or sometimes even some people don't even get the job, or some are still some don't even have jobs yet. Looking at the countries, yeah, economy ya rona gore ha e re letelele hela gore ga gona ditiro yet. So the challenges made me stronger. They made me see my capability gore even though I don't have a permanent job or ke sena tiro I managed to find things to do. I didn't just sit at home saying I can't do anything. I developed my business skills. I was a shy person. I couldn't go around no. I was very shy, but at that time I gained confidence. I set up a stall and then I was able to sell. So I think despite the challenges we have to see light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you.
Okay. Emma. Ebile ga ntse ke go utlwa
Thank
o bua ka
you, Marang.
Emma. Ne ke re yaka ke le ntse le bua ke utlwa dikgang tsone nna le tsone di-challenge tsa bo madi tsa tiro tsa ke re ke botsa gore what opportunities have you identified gone after graduation, and tsone di-opportunity teng, which one do you think they are easily available for graduates? Penila.
Not that my story is different because like I already mentioned, I graduated with CVS and highly step. So finding opportunities meant that I should swallow my pride and start my CV from afresh as a graduate. I never gave up. I started volunteering mo organizationeng yaka like I already explained ke simolotse ka bo TS ha ke le ko bo TS-eng gender affairs ya mpona ha ke sampe ke le ko gender affairs SPSS ya mpona ha ke le ko SPSS the humana people to people they ba mpona ha ke sampe ke re ke ko humana another junior school recognized my talents, you know. So kore hela bagaetso an opportunity there's an opening. An opportunity it starts from you. It starts from you changing your mindset. Bagaetso. Change your mindset. I remember Malobaka seminar Ramasadila mentioned the types of temperaments that people have. And then there's that kind of temperament whereby there are those people by long that are just, you know, that backbenchers. Discussion even if there's a burning issue, even if another answer, that person cannot really take part in that. So all I'm saying is I'm totally against that. Why am I saying that? The field of social work needs you to come out from your comfort zone. Because if you decide to be a backbencher, if you decide to be silent in class, if you decide to be silent in such platforms the current EC has given to us, then that means that you are always going to be at the back there. Because for you to get an opportunity, lecturer mo tlelaseng ha ruta oh Penila ke motho e leng gore is always commenting, Penila ke motho e leng gore o active, and if there's an opportunity that arises probably gongwe di organization di tsa mo UB di be di re re batla semamang wa hate re batla mongwe e leng gore o ka bereka mo organization ya rona lecturer ta bara oh o na le marang is always active in class, so re ka go neela marang la na le ntse le bereka le bo marang, you get. So nna hela se nka se buang ke gore opportunity starts with you. If you don't own up, there's no opportunity e leng gore is going to avail itself to you. So ha go simolole ka wena as an individual, start participating in class, participate mo UBSWS, ha go twe go na le di-seminar, attend those seminars, ha go twe dira 1 2 3, do that, because you are building yourself a very good CV. With a good CV, there is nothing that you can't do for yourself, believe you me. Because currently as we are speaking, my CV is very rich. From 0 to something. As a student, I'm getting 1,000 of calls from organizations. They're saying, Penila, we need your expertise. We need your experience, because we realize that your CV is rich. Yes, of course, I graduated with just a certificate, but then you know what? It is not too late for me to start my CV right now. So when because you have the chance and the opportunity at this time, start CV. An opportunity begins with your mindset. Start from your comfort zone and create yourself that kind of opportunity. Thank you.
O buile mafoko a mante tota gore opportunity e tla ka wena o le motho ga ka nna hela bona ntse gore ke tla butwa hela go go buletse kwa ebe ke tsamaya wena tsena mo bathong mo itseng tsaone go ya ka wena, what opportunities have you identified after graduation le gone gore tse wa akanya gore they are available for graduates ke dife?
Okay. I think the very first opportunity available to get entrepreneurship in the current world, the first thing is how to school is to think before I go out get until like social entrepreneurship. It's the things that are the current world. So, and you have ample time to do that, to figure out what more the field yeah, entrepreneurship. So never stop learning. The opportunities are very since after graduation. Online workshops, attend. Never stop learning. We are building yourself a good CV for personal development.
Emma, nnyaa re a leboga ke tsaya ke re le di-participant that are taking notes. Mamodongo, o ka re tlanya-tlanyetsa wena gore what opportunities did you identify after graduation, and then the ones that you think they are easily available for graduates ke dife ge e le gore di teng? O mutile mic motho wa me, o mutile mic.
I'm going to speak to those who are not interested in business. You know, people think everyone should get into business, sell things, start a business. You know, there are some people who are not interested in business. They came to social work because they are interested in helping people. One of the opportunities that I identified, this one I'm giving it to you because I feel a lot of graduates right now, they need to work towards this one. There are lots and lots of scholarships that are available. I regret not applying right after graduation because the more you stay after being a graduate, you don't have a CV, right? So if you apply without having a CV, with staying home and everything, it becomes a disadvantage for you to apply for a scholarship. So right after graduation, apply for scholarships, do your masters. Because if you have your masters, you are able to open your own agency, a counseling agency, and be able to start your own business if you are interested. You know, you can partner with somebody who is interested in business, then you'll be concentrating on counseling, while your partner will be concentrating on the business side. Scholarships didn't. No, I'm not talking about the Chinese scholarships that is sponsored through the government. I'm not talking about the scholarships that are sponsored through the government. Surf the internet. There is Japanese scholarship, and there is scholarships in South Korea. There's scholarships in UK. There's scholarships in US. If you surf the internet, you'll find that there are a lot of scholarships that you are able to apply for. For me, I would say right after graduating, apply for a scholarship, do your masters. And while you are studying, volunteer there and there to beef up your CV. Even while you are a student, you have to volunteer to make sure that you are in touch with what's happening around you. Go to school, do your masters. I don't have a masters right now, and it's blocking a lot of things for me because I can't even do anything without a masters. I have to apply for a master, and if the graduates, I get there are graduates here, so graduates apply for a scholarship. I'm telling you, because I know a lot of people will be saying, I don't have money to pay for my master's. Scholarships are there. And then the other opportunities that I think are available, like they were saying, is the business opportunity, starting your own business, but it's really difficult if you are not interested in business. Other than that, honestly, there are no opportunities out here. Ga gona di-opportunity ba gaeso. Ke gore ga ke batle go aka. I don't want to lie to you guys. There are no opportunities out here where you be like, I'm dropping my CV here, then I'll get hired. No, you are going to start at volunteering stages. So prepare yourself. Save. While you are still getting your allowance, save for tomorrow, guys. So that if while you are volunteering, you are able to do something. But the major opportunity that those scholarships, a lot of people have done their masters, and they are now working. These days, they have moved higher. If there is a job post, they'll tell you we need a master's.
Emma, thank you. From what I've gathered from the ladies, ke gore re tshwanetse go, in short hell, think outside the box. O rutilwe ko sekolong, o utule yanong wena ke gore o bule tlhaloganyo. Think outside the box, try entrepreneurship, try volunteerism, bata di-scholarship, kore bata hata. O se ka nna hela. Sengwenyana sone se tla irega ko pele. Lona le ira jang ba bangwe mo on the floor? Where do you think the opportunities could be? Le di bone ha kae, re share le rona re bone gore go dua jang? Anyone from the floor? Okay, moving on.
Hello, Maran.
Erra.
Maungo o ba tlhalosetse gore o ye thatso gore ha o re di-masters go tlhoka di-masters go tshwalela diphata o raya yang sentle se gore o ye thatso gore ba tlhaloganye gore what opportunity exactly are you talking about? Thank you.
Okay. Memo Jongo. Like I batla tlhalosa gore di-masters di ha batho opportunity ka tsela e ntseng yang.
Okay. First and foremost, because the government is no longer hiring, I get. If you want to open your own counseling center, you can't register with the health board because you don't have a master's. You only register when you have a master's. Like I was saying, that I wanted to register my company. For me to be accredited, I should be having a master's degree. I have a certificate in debt counseling. I have the skills. I have a certificate, a degree in social work. I have the skills. I have the experience. Now for me to practice, I can't because I don't have a master's. For you to be able to practice in the field as a private social worker, you have to have a master's. You can't practice without a master's. I know John Mann once said when he registered as an agency, a consultancy rather than a counseling center. Of course, you can do that, but at the back of your mind, there will be this thing of saying, I'm doing this illegally. You get my point? I don't have a master's, I'm doing this illegally, and if I'm to be caught, I'm going to be charged and everything. You know, there are consequences of taking shortcuts. So right now, personally, even if I want to leave my job to pursue debt counseling and also general counseling, I can't do that because I won't have any source of income because I'm not registered. I can't do anything. So right now I'm looking for opportunities to get a master so that I'm able to do that. And also, even if you have certain skills that you can share with other people, like I'm saying, the government is not hiring, so you don't have a platform to share those skills. So if you say I'm going to share those skills as a private individual, they will ask you, the first question they ask you is, do you have a master's? If you say no, then we can't help you. I think la ntlhaloganya ke re gore ke raya jang.
Ke tsaya ke re e utlwetse tlhatswegile. From the floor, go ya ka lona hela le tlhaloganya di-opportunity tse di teng e ka tswa e be e leng. Rekumo?
Dumela Bagaetso. Well, personally, I feel social work in Botswana has gotten to a point where we really need a private enterprise, as Ms. Mudongo is saying, because when you look at things, German always says to his students that the last time government hired a social work was in 2011. So you can imagine 2011, and like she was saying, you have to like go and hold the line. Holding the line means that when they start again hiring, they start from the A-list person who applied. So we've always had in the back of our minds a notion that we are for government, we're going to work for government. And it's really difficult because people always say, our lecturers are always saying, you need to get that out of your mind. And it's not easy because growing up and even now, like before you did social work, the social worker you knew was probably someone who was working for government. Still right now, most social workers you know are people looking for government. So that makes it makes it hard for you to adjust your mentality. Even when you go for attachment, most prefer government because they feel government is comfortable. They feel government is the easiest. But right now, it's not really the time for that. I believe we need to get into private enterprise. We need to hire others. We need to also be innovative in social work. Social work is way beyond counseling. Social work is way beyond what is currently happening right now, community development, because mostly in Botswana, is clinical practice and community development. Your NGOs are community development. Your private firms, Joe Speaks, provide clinical services. So we need to expand beyond the horizons. We need to think education. Social work also falls under education. We need to expand in terms of the 4IR. We need to determine how we can use the fourth industrial revolution to our advantage. We need to leverage on it because you can be making money from home, just sitting at home. You can have a firm that is digital because nowadays most parents are concerned because if I imagine a situation where I have kids and my kids become delinquent, but I have money, I have everything, it's going to be really hard for me to determine what's wrong with my children exactly. And it's not going to be difficult to take them to someone who can be able to help them. If that person is credible, if that person is reliable, you understand? So another thing we need is a change factor. Social workers in Botswana compared to other professionals such as psychologists, people feel that social workers don't have that much of a change factor. They don't have much of the ability to change people. So we need to really have a change factor in ourselves. Make it our top priority to make sure that whoever you interact with, be it at your attachment, make sure that you try by all means to try to change that person, because it's the one thing that makes us lose credibility. Let me not talk too much, but the opportunities out there. There's a different stance from Ms. Mudongo. The opportunities out there, and we will be okay. Thank you.
Okay, I apologize for that. I had technical problems. Ludo, your hand was up. Oga comment or
Thank you. Hi guys. Now we'll say for social workers, opportunities are not really available there out there, but when I only move to go ka batlang gore opportunity ha kae. Mo re lebeletse gore go mo sekolong yana o ka batla gore you can be a school counselor, a youth development worker, gore wena ha o hetsa your degree or your masters o tshwanetse gore o batla gore o ka kgona gore o dire eng wa bona gore we must find opportunities where there are no opportunities.
mme o kare we subukile thata gore make opportunities where they are none or
Ma? Marang. Marang. I think Marang is experiencing network problem. Kumo ka bua.
Ma? Network ya ga
I
Marang.
think Marang is experiencing technical problems. So ka bua.
Oh yeah, I was actually listening to what you were saying, and you know, you are very right. It's about you as an individual and what you have to offer. You understand? It's about what exactly you have been building. as Ms. Mudongo said, it's a matter of process. We underestimate the process. You just have to go through a process. It's just like that. Things like Forex and whatnot, these things you always do on WhatsApp. What is WhatsApp? You're just underestimating the Lenyata process. You have to go through a process. You have to suffer. Everyone is going through the process. It makes you humble and it creates, it develops your character. When you get there, you know that you have a strong character because you worked hard for whatever thing you have. And from there, you know that you have the humility to also help others get there. You understand? Because I don't want to how did they make it? You understand? You have to have an inspirational story to tell everyone. I see that Tsawone has a hand up. Tsawone, you may kindly comment.
Oh, Kumunegere ko mapelo diatla, President wa ka. There's this mindset, yeah, in social work, yeah, gore, hey, rona, totara batho ba re irang change hela. But we should not only be in social work for the outcome. We should be in it for the income. But we have to make money. We have to earn and live. So, haka kira re hela ra nya, re tla letela gore mente, o nya rona ha re kira re gira madi out of helping people. Re study the human behavior, the human mindset. So we should the problems about we should see them as an opportunity to make money. Re manipulative, re scheme about it, but we should be the best people, the best entrepreneurs that are doing it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're actually right. You're actually right. So one of our biggest obstacles is this stereotype that we work with disadvantaged groups. And Jomin will tell you that he doesn't deal with underprivileged people. That is for other social workers who are employed by government. He deals with privileged people who are in a position to pay him for his services because he believes his services are really expensive. Ms. Mudongo, you may kindly comment.
Ms. Mudongo, your mic is muted.
I'm saying, since I work in a financial institution, we receive a lot of people who need financial assistance and everything. If I'm to share the horror stories that I've seen in a financial institution, they are the ones that made me work towards assisting people who have debt. They opened my mind to the fact that in Botswana, we don't have debt counselors. We don't have people who when you have a lot of debt, you say, can you please assist me in resolving 1, 2, 3 that I have right now? So those are some of the things that, like you are saying, that you have to find a gap and you have to help yourself fit in it. I found myself a gap in debt counseling. I did a certificate online in South Africa to beef up my CV. Working in a financial institution is one of the requirements to be a debt counselor. These days I encourage people to go into financial social work, where social workers concentrate more on the financial aspects of the social work. Because right now, if you are to look at your curriculum, if it's still the same curriculum, you realize that there are no opportunities for you to learn about how to counsel somebody who has financial issues. When I graduated, I knew the general counseling and everything, but I didn't know how to talk to somebody who really, really is in debt. My point. So because of that, working in a financial institution made me understand how I can approach those individuals. As much as I'm saying that not having a master's is blocking my way, right now I feel this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm going to get the experience. When I'm able to get my master's, I'm going to use that experience to help other people. And in future, I feel our curriculum in social work, it also has to include, like I'm saying, financial social work, where we concentrate more on building people on how to help them be self-sufficient, not just emotionally, but also financially. Those are some of the opportunities that might be there. If you are interested in future to venture into fields such as financial social work, I found that in US they have that, but it's not yet a popular field. Those are some of the areas that you can maybe venture into, and they give opportunities. Thank you.
Wow, that's really an eye opener for most of us, because we've been really focusing too much on people's psychosocial well-being and social workers, but we've not given enough attention to the financial. When someone tells you that they have problems with their finances, you try to drag it to their social environment. So it's really an eye open. So let me just take one last comment from anybody who feels like they need to add something to this discussion, and then we'll close it off because Nakwiri see. I see. Okay. Just talk, Penny, and then we'll give Monica to speak, and then we'll close it up.
Yes.
My advice to the female students out there is that if you know you are still a student at this moment in time, how we tell or some police student at this time, and you know what Dr. John is your lecturer. I know most of us we may see him like as annoying, but ladies and gentlemen, take the chit-chatting teachings I get the teachings that Dr. John to heart. Because now personally, whenever I leave his class, I get frustrated because he speaks nothing but the truth. He will tell you what this is what is happening out there. And how Kabana Hela also classing was touched to know that you didn't attend his class. So Bagaisu, as an individual or as a student or as someone who knows or will graduate one day, as how graduate, do not wait for opportunities to present themselves. Do market research as early as now. This is what I want to do. Don't think or don't be a student with the mindset that how you are going to graduate and you'll be hired by the government, because it's like you are waiting for rain in this drought. Believe you me. Have something in mind as an individual. Spend time volunteering out there, because volunteer, but it's of essence, more especially if you're a social work student. Volunteer. Go to places. Kana hagolo weekend volunteer mo clinicing, volunteer ko di SOS, like some people have already mentioned. You have already realized that Ntuleli Tepang, they mentioned that they are not in any field, yeah, social work. Why is it so? Because it is tough out there. Go talk na le wena as an individual gore wena hala how graduate o itse gore o batla eng. Have that mindset. Thank you.
Really want to comment Lesedi Onare. Hello guys. Job opportunity is all about finding gaps or loopholes in those already existing. We can also need to look at the agricultural sector. There are imports that are than exports, so we can get into that sector to fill in the gap. Another one, Onare, as an aspiring social worker or any other profession, what can you offer or bring to the table which is different from what you already have? I guess that was a question that she has for us. It's like and then yaka mogolwana bile be re kgona go tswalela. Mama Dum.
Mudong.
Mama Dum.
Yes, as an aspiring social worker, what you can bring to the table. This I realize is very important in a professional field. You know, how we are trained as social workers is very, very important. You'll find when I started working, I found my work environment a chaos. You know, people were not organized. I wondered how they survived in that field. As a social worker, you come with an understanding of people. You are able to manage people. That's one of your advantages. Because you have a deeper understanding of different individuals, you have more advantage in understanding the relationships in work. Right now, to be honest, not to blow my own trumpet, at work, if they need something, they know they call me. If they need assistance with anything, they know I'm the right person to go to. Because one, I find emotional intelligence is very, very good. I get along with everyone. So everyone wants to work with me because they know even if they make me angry, I'm able to articulate, tell you that, no, I don't like that, but I wouldn't disrespect you. But other individuals will be saying it in an offensive manner. So as an aspiring social worker, you find you are at a more advantage because you understand people. And because you understand people, you are able to blend in. You are able to provide more assistance to wherever you are working, and you stand a more opportunity of being promoted or getting where you want to. Because if you are able to get in and be able to work well with individuals, you are able to get that experience. You are able to ask that person, what can I do to be in your position? What can I do to do that? And I realized that if you don't get along with people at work, you lose a lot of opportunities. The other time I was given an opportunity to train in how to do ATMs, you know, the ATMs that you use. So I was given that opportunity because they realized this person is able to work with everyone. They're able to share. You know how social workers are taught to share in knowledge, to share with other people, to empower. Those are your advantages. If you go into an interview, tell them your advantages, show them that having those skills that you acquired in social work, how can they mold you to fit into their company? And also, how can they mold you to help build the company if you are going to be in a job interview? And if you are interested in starting your own business, you have an advantage. You all already understand people. You already understand working with people. It's really, really it puts you in a more advantageous position as compared to other graduates, to be honest. Thank you. You can continue.
Thank you, Ms. Mondongo. Any other person who would like to comment or give an advice? Monica, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. I've just joined now. I've heard here and there, but I just wanted to say it's all about character building. You as an individual, you have to build your own character that can help you to be able to interact with people, to be able to have that one person who would say, another thing, as individuals, we have to find opportunities for our own. Let's search opportunities as individuals or create your own opportunity. Thinking what opportunities will come to you. No, you have to find opportunities for you or create opportunities for you as an individual. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not doing social work, but I'm studying counseling. At the same time, everything that we learn from social work as a club, it motivates me time and again. It builds me time and again, and I have that passion to see me somewhere like Miss Ma. You'll excuse me for the name, but whatever you are saying, it keeps on. It drives me to say, okay, I as an individual, this is what I can do to be somewhere in future. This is what I can do so that other people can realize that mme motho o kgona go itirela botshelo, motho o kgona go itirela tsela e leng gore gore le wena o kgona gore ga o ntse o ntse o bona gore mme le ga nne ke ipolela gore ga ke dire sepe se neng ke senyatsa ke se se kgonne go nkgorosa hale. So ladies and gentlemen, I really applaud each one of you. You have made me who I am. Everything that you teach, though sometimes I encounter network problems, but at the same time I'm learning, and this really built me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. You said we must find opportunities where there are no opportunities. It all starts with career building. I'll read a comment from Nsole and Ms. Mudongo. Having an understanding of an individual is an advantage in whatever field you choose to work. Anyone else who would like to comment before we close? With that all said, I would like to thank everyone who attended. Tata is saying, invest in your talent. Thank you, Tata, for your comments. I was saying I would like to thank all our panelists, our participants for attending. Have a great evening. Thank you.
You too.